I thought it was quite ironic because retail does have over 1,000 children. 900 of them have been convicted or have felonies on record for drink driving.
Okay.
What?
Retail over
Where
here.
are you?
No, no, look,
Oh.
you've... No, retail...
Oh!
Oh, dear.
There was an unfortunate incident with one of the temps. Retail was on the set, and this temp came in with this bloody big microphone, and it is smacking Retail in the eye. And obviously, Retail's eyes are made of cotton, were made of cotton, but actually it got caught on the microphone, and we saw the whole thing unravel. And by that, I mean his eye literally unraveled. It was the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen. I had to take 2 weeks off, naturally. But, Retail, he wasn't afforded that privilege. But, he was a trooper, and he carried on with it. Fair play to him. I couldn't see a thing, but I thought I'd be blind rich from the compensation. But it turned out I didn't even have a contract. Well, it was the 90s. You'd never give a finger puppet a contract back then. Nowadays, yeah, it's all equality this and equality that. Back then it was different. And I think rightly so. So I went from blind rich, baby, to blind, and maybe I'll get the wages and be a little bit rich, to just blind very quickly.
I think it was a cautionary tale, really, that he trampled on many people on his attempt to get to the top. He was much like a rodent Patrick Bateman in that sense. Until his accident, I mean, his self-care routine wasn't as detailed.
I was, however, welcomed into the Three Blind Mice Club, and as a businessman, I was just interested to see how they run. But Four Blind Mice doesn't have the same ring to it. Perhaps I'll be a silent partner. Although, judging by their accounts, they've been blind for a lot longer than I have.
Even the blind mice would have seen the problems with his investments that would eventually lead to his timely and sordid demise as an investor.
Right.
His name was Retail, but he couldn't sell a worm to a fish. He was a bad seller, he was a bad personality, he was a terrible investor.
When the Ratatouille thing came up, they told me it was just a quick word from the sponsors. I can't read, so I just assumed it would be okay. I haven't got time to be reading things like that. I've got 40 businesses to run, and I've got 3,000 children. Well, I did have. Sounds like my kind of story. Then again, I can't see a book about genocide becoming very popular. 200 of them survived, but they'd never look at their father again after what he did. I mean, he must have been the most hated rat to ever exist, apart from that twat on ITV. But, certainly amongst the human community, happy days. I haven't seen a rat in my house since 1994. Thumbs up from me. I couldn't identify the bodies, And not because I'm blind. I wouldn't recognise them anyway. I'm in the office all day.
He was hated in his own community, and I think there's good reason for that. A community that contained, Splinter, Rizzo, John Turturro, the actor. He was the least popular of them all, and I think that there was a reason for that. But the way he was treated was certainly it was underhand. It was underhand. He wouldn't have known that. He wouldn't have seen it. It was definitely underhand.
You'll have to ask one of 300 possible mothers. It's amazing how quickly it can all fall apart.
Quicker than Speed Rat Jones when he hit that tree.
Speed Rat Jones! Speed Rat Jones! Talk about milk splat. Although, I suppose it wasn't milk, was it? It was more like blood and guts, really. Denver. Most people wouldn't think twice about letting their children drink drive. It's never been a problem before. But in the Soapbox Derby in '93, that certainly changed. And retail made a connection. Most people had blamed the parents. But retail said, no, it's not the parents, it's the drink. Amazing. And to this day, parents are still very wary about giving their children alcohol. Incredibly influential campaign by, of course, retail. And milk splat. I never meant for that episode to air. I would never have commissioned something like that. It was completely unacceptable. They assured me there were adverts all over that tree. The animation was completely unfinished.
I thought it was quite ironic because retail does have over 1,000 children. 900 of them have been convicted or have felonies on record for drink driving. Many of them have got fetal alcohol syndrome, which for a rat is rare. And it's also ironic considering the fact that he was later accused, it's not proven, it's an accusation, of bribing children with alcohol to steal.
Well, that Amaretto stuff was absolute poison. I ordered 30 bottles.
He said to children, don't drink, and then he laughed, and then he drank. It was a mixed message. It was.
Are you still there? Hello?